Listen, choosing a partner isn't just about chemistry, attraction, or the butterflies you feel in the first few weeks. Butterflies fade, sparks cool, but the right foundation that lasts a lifetime. If you want to build a powerful future, you must ask yourself, who do I want standing next to me when life gets tough? Who will celebrate my victories, but also hold me when I stumble? The right partner is not the one who makes you feel good for a moment. It's the one who makes you become better for a lifetime. Clarity of values is the single most important element when choosing the right long-term partner because it forms the foundation upon which everything else in the relationship is built. Think of values as the invisible blueprint of a person's life. They dictate how someone makes decisions, how they treat others, what they prioritize, and what they are willing to sacrifice for. When two people enter a relationship without alignment in values, no matter how strong the attraction or how exciting the chemistry, cracks will eventually appear. You can admire someone's personality, you can be drawn to their energy, but if at the core your values are pulling you in different directions, you will eventually drift apart. Values go beyond surface-level preferences like favorite hobbies or food choices. They dig into the essence of what truly matters: honesty, loyalty, family, ambition, spirituality, kindness, contribution, growth. If one person values freedom above all else and the other values stability, they will constantly clash on lifestyle choices. If one values financial responsibility and the other values indulgence, money will become a recurring battlefield. If one values personal growth and learning, while the other values comfort and staying the same, there will be tension in every new stage of life. This is why clarity of values is not just important, it's essential. To gain this clarity, you first must know your own values. Many people enter relationships without even asking themselves, what do I stand for? What do I absolutely need in order to feel fulfilled? What principles are non-negotiable for me? If you don't know your own guiding compass, you will be tempted to settle for temporary excitement rather than long-term alignment. Once you define your values, you can see clearly if someone else shares that foundation or not. When two people share core values, challenges become easier to navigate. Conflicts don't disappear, but they are resolved with respect because both are rooted in the same principles. Shared values build trust. They create emotional safety. They allow two individuals to dream in the same direction because they both care about the same ultimate outcomes. Imagine a couple who both deeply value growth. They will push each other to learn, to improve, to expand. Imagine a couple who both value contribution. They will naturally build a life that impacts others, creating meaning far beyond themselves. But here's the key: clarity doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you need to match on every little belief or habit. It means that the big rocks of life align: how you treat people, how you define success, how you view love, how you see the future. When these align, everything else can be negotiated, compromised, or enjoyed as differences that add spice to the relationship. Choosing a partner with aligned values is not about convenience, it's about building a future that lasts. A house with weak foundations may look beautiful for a season, but when storms hit, it collapses. A house built on strong foundations stands through time. The same is true for relationships. Shared values are those foundations. They don't guarantee a perfect love story, but they ensure that when storms come, and they always do, you are fighting side by side, not against each other. The truth is, the right partner isn't just someone you love, it's someone you respect because they live by principles that mirror your own. They don't just make you feel good in the moment, they make you feel secure in the future. And when you build a relationship on values, you don't just create a romance, you create a partnership, a team, a legacy. Emotional maturity is one of the most underrated but absolutely essential qualities when choosing the right long-term partner. Without it, even the strongest love stories can quickly unravel into endless cycles of drama, miscommunication, and pain. Emotional maturity is the ability to manage one's emotions in a healthy way, to respond rather than react, to take responsibility instead of blaming, and to approach challenges with patience and wisdom instead of anger and impulsiveness. A partner with emotional maturity understands that no one is perfect, that conflicts are natural, and that growth requires effort. They don't run away from uncomfortable conversations, nor do they explode in destructive ways. Instead, they create space for honest dialogue, they listen deeply, and they work toward resolution. When someone lacks emotional maturity, every small disagreement can turn into a war. Simple misunderstandings are blown out of proportion. Instead of addressing issues, they resort to silent treatments, defensiveness, or manipulative behavior. This creates an unstable emotional environment where you never know if love will feel safe or chaotic. On the other hand, an emotionally mature partner offers stability. They are not perfect, but they are consistent. They admit when they are wrong, they apologize sincerely, and they seek to repair rather than escalate. Emotional maturity also means having self-awareness. A mature person knows their triggers, their weaknesses, and their patterns. They don't project their insecurities onto you or expect you to fix them. Instead, they take responsibility for their healing and growth. This creates an environment where both partners can thrive as individuals while also building a strong bond together. It's the balance of being able to stand independently while choosing to walk together. Another sign of emotional maturity is the ability to delay gratification in relationships. Instead of seeking constant validation or demanding that everything goes their way, a mature partner focuses on long-term harmony and growth. They understand that true love requires patience, compromise, and sometimes sacrifice. This doesn't mean giving up one's identity, but learning how to blend two lives in a way that honors both people. Emotional maturity is also reflected in empathy, the ability to see things from your perspective, to feel your emotions, and to respond with compassion rather than judgment. When choosing a long-term partner, chemistry may spark the beginning, but it is emotional maturity that sustains the journey. With it, love becomes deeper, stronger, and more resilient. Without it, love becomes fragile, inconsistent, and exhausting. So, when you evaluate a potential partner, don't just ask, do they make me feel excited? Ask, do they make me feel safe? Do they know how to handle stress? Do they grow through challenges, or do they collapse under them? Because the answer to those questions will reveal whether they can truly walk beside you in the long run. Trust and integrity form another pillar of lasting relationships. Trust is not something that can be demanded. It must be earned and nurtured over time. It is the invisible glue that holds a partnership together through challenges, temptations, and uncertainties. Without trust, even the most passionate love will eventually collapse under the weight of suspicion and fear. When you trust someone, you feel safe being vulnerable. You can share your fears, your secrets, your ambitions without worrying they will be used against you. You can let down your guard because you know the other person honors and protects your heart. Integrity is what gives birth to trust. A partner who has integrity is someone whose words and actions align consistently. They don't just promise, they deliver. They don't just speak of loyalty, they show it through choices. Integrity means being honest even when it's uncomfortable, keeping commitments even when it's inconvenient, and being faithful not only when others are watching, but also when no one is. When someone has integrity, you never have to question where you stand with them. Their consistency becomes your security. When trust and integrity are missing, relationships are filled with paranoia and doubt. Every delayed text, every unexplained action, every inconsistency becomes a source of anxiety. The relationship becomes a cycle of accusations, defensiveness, and broken promises. Over time, love suffocates under the weight of distrust. But when trust is present, love flourishes. You don't waste energy on suspicion. Instead, you focus on building dreams together. You don't fear betrayal. Instead, you feel empowered to give your full self. Choosing a partner with trust and integrity doesn't mean finding someone flawless. It means finding someone whose character you can rely on, someone who strives to do the right thing even when it's difficult. It means being with someone who respects your boundaries, keeps your confidence, and stands by their word. Trust takes time to grow, but once it is firmly rooted, it creates a love that is both liberating and unshakable. Ultimately, emotional maturity and integrity go hand in hand. Maturity allows someone to handle challenges with wisdom, and integrity ensures they handle them with honesty. Together, they create a partnership where both people feel safe, respected, and valued. This is the kind of love that lasts, not just because of passion, but because of the unbreakable foundation of trust and emotional depth. A growth-oriented mindset is one of the most powerful factors in building a relationship that not only survives but thrives through the seasons of life. Every individual changes over time. Careers evolve, passions shift, families expand, and personal goals transform. If two partners do not share a commitment to growth, they will eventually grow apart instead of growing together. A person with a growth mindset sees challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to become stronger. They believe that skills, habits, and even relationships can be improved through effort, learning, and perseverance. In contrast, a fixed mindset resists change, fears failure, and clings to comfort zones. When one partner grows while the other remains stagnant, frustration builds. One feels limited while the other feels left behind. This misalignment creates resentment, distance, and eventually disconnection. When both people embrace growth, however, the relationship becomes a living, evolving entity. Together they seek new experiences, learn from mistakes, and support each other's ambitions. Instead of resenting differences, they celebrate them and use them as opportunities to expand their perspectives. A growth-oriented couple does not fear challenges. They welcome them as tests that will strengthen their bond. They ask questions like, how can we improve communication? What can we learn from this conflict? How can we build a better future together? These questions shift focus from blame to progress, from ego to teamwork. Another essential element of growth is the willingness to adapt. Life will throw unexpected changes, health issues, career shifts, financial struggles, or family responsibilities. A growth-oriented partner is resilient in these moments. They adapt, learn, and rebuild. They don't abandon the relationship when storms come. Instead, they ask, how can we rise from this stronger than before? This mindset ensures that love does not stagnate, but evolves into something deeper, richer, and more fulfilling over time. Growth is not just external, like building wealth or achieving success. It's internal too: emotional growth, spiritual growth, and relational growth. A partner who is willing to face their flaws, heal their wounds, and develop emotional intelligence brings tremendous value to the relationship. They do not demand perfection from you because they are focused on their own progress as well. Together, you create an environment of learning, encouragement, and transformation. Over time, this kind of mindset doesn't just create a good relationship, it creates an extraordinary one where both partners constantly elevate each other to new heights. Emotional safety and support are equally vital in the search for a long-term partner. At the core of every human being is the need to feel seen, heard, and accepted without judgment. A relationship without emotional safety feels like walking on eggshells. Every word must be measured, every feeling must be hidden, and vulnerability becomes a risk instead of a gift. But with the right partner, emotional safety creates a sanctuary. It is the space where you can be fully yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your fears, and your dreams, without fear of ridicule or rejection. A partner who provides emotional safety does not use your vulnerabilities against you. They listen with empathy, respond with compassion, and reassure you that you are valued exactly as you are. This creates a foundation where trust grows and intimacy deepens. Support, then, becomes the natural extension of this safety. A supportive partner celebrates your victories without jealousy and stands beside you in your struggles without judgment. They are your teammate, not your competitor, your encourager, not your critic. When emotional safety is missing, relationships become exhausting. You feel misunderstood, undervalued, and constantly guarded. Instead of building a life together, you spend your energy defending yourself or trying to win approval. This erodes love over time and leaves deep scars. On the other hand, when safety and support are present, love becomes effortless. You can take risks in the world because you know you have a secure base to return to. You can pursue dreams boldly because you know someone believes in you completely. Support is not only emotional, it can also be practical, like helping you through difficult times, standing by your side during challenges, or simply being consistent when life feels uncertain. The essence of it, however, is the message, "You are not alone, I am with you." This assurance is what transforms ordinary love into extraordinary partnership. Finally, shared vision of the future is the glue that aligns two lives for the long haul. Attraction may bring two people together, but it is a common vision that keeps them walking in the same direction. Without it, relationships drift. One wants a family while the other wants freedom. One dreams of building a business while the other dreams of a quiet life. One values travel and exploration while the other values stability and routine. These differences are not inherently wrong, but when unaddressed, they pull two people apart like tides moving in opposite directions. A shared vision is not about identical dreams, but about aligned purpose. It is about sitting down and asking, what do we want our lives to stand for? What do we want to build together? How do we see ourselves in 5, 10, 20 years? When these answers align, the relationship gains clarity and strength. Every decision, whether about money, lifestyle, or family, is guided by this shared vision. It prevents unnecessary conflict because both people know what they are ultimately working toward. A couple with a shared vision becomes unstoppable. Their unity gives them power because they are not just two individuals. They are a team with a mission. They face challenges with resilience because they are motivated by the same horizon. They celebrate milestones deeply because each step brings them closer to the life they dreamed of together. And when obstacles appear, they do not question the relationship. They simply adjust the strategy while keeping the same destination in mind. Without a shared vision, even the strongest feelings can fade into frustration. With it, love becomes purposeful, powerful, and enduring. The right partner doesn't just share your present, they share your future. They are not only walking beside you, they are walking toward the same horizon, hand in hand, heart aligned, building a legacy that lasts beyond a lifetime. Clarity of values is the foundation of every lasting relationship, and without it, love struggles to survive the storms of life. Values determine how people think, make decisions, and approach the world. They are the guiding compass of every choice, whether in career, family, or relationships. When you choose a partner who does not share your core values, it might feel exciting in the beginning, but sooner or later the cracks begin to show. Imagine someone who values freedom above all else paired with someone who values stability. Their lives will constantly pull in opposite directions. Or consider one partner who values financial responsibility while the other values spending for pleasure. These differences become not just small disagreements, but recurring conflicts that wear down the bond. To avoid this, you must first be clear about your own values. Too many people chase chemistry and overlook the deeper alignment that actually determines long-term fulfillment. Once you know what you stand for, what you need, and what is non-negotiable, you can recognize whether a partner truly shares the same foundation. Shared values do not mean matching in every detail. They mean agreeing on the big rocks: honesty, loyalty, growth, family, spirituality, kindness. When you build on this alignment, conflicts can be resolved with respect, trust grows naturally, and the relationship becomes a partnership rooted in stability. The truth is, attraction may spark connection, but shared values sustain it for a lifetime. Emotional maturity is the second essential pillar in choosing the right partner, and without it, even aligned values may not be enough. Emotional maturity is the ability to handle feelings with wisdom, to respond instead of react, to take responsibility instead of shifting blame. A mature partner does not avoid uncomfortable conversations, nor do they turn every disagreement into a battlefield. Instead, they approach challenges with patience, empathy, and the desire to resolve rather than escalate. When emotional maturity is missing, relationships become chaotic, simple misunderstandings spiral into destructive arguments, and love becomes unstable. With maturity, however, there is consistency and safety. A mature partner admits when they are wrong, apologizes sincerely, and learns from mistakes. They do not expect you to fix their insecurities because they take responsibility for their own growth. This self-awareness creates a balanced relationship where both individuals can thrive. Emotional maturity also allows for empathy, the ability to step into your shoes, understand your feelings, and offer compassion. It transforms conflicts into opportunities for growth instead of battles for power. In the long run, passion may ignite love, but emotional maturity keeps it alive because it ensures that no matter what challenges come, the relationship is approached with respect, wisdom, and care. Trust and integrity form the invisible glue that holds relationships together. Trust cannot be demanded, it must be earned and nurtured. When it exists, you feel safe to be vulnerable, to share your dreams, and to reveal your fears without worrying they will be used against you. When it is absent, suspicion and paranoia take over, draining love of its energy. Integrity is the source of trust. A partner with integrity aligns their words with their actions. They don't just talk about loyalty, they show it in the choices they make. Integrity means being honest even when it is uncomfortable, keeping promises even when it is inconvenient, and being faithful even when no one is watching. With integrity, you never have to question where you stand, because consistency becomes your security. Without it, relationships are filled with doubt and fear, where every delay, every inconsistency becomes a reason to question. With it, love becomes liberating, empowering both partners to invest fully. The right partner is not flawless but reliable, someone whose character you can count on when life gets difficult. When trust and integrity are present, love is not only strong but unshakable, because it rests on a foundation of honesty and respect. A growth-oriented mindset is another critical factor in choosing a long-term partner. Life is constantly changing, and both individuals will evolve over time. If one grows while the other resists, resentment builds and distance grows. A partner with a growth mindset sees challenges as opportunities, not threats. They embrace change, pursue learning, and adapt with resilience. Instead of resenting your growth, they celebrate it, because they are also focused on their own journey of improvement. Together, you become a couple that welcomes challenges as a way to strengthen your bond. When problems arise, the question is not who's to blame, but what can we learn from this and how do we move forward? This mindset prevents stagnation and builds resilience. Growth is not only external, like careers or achievements, it is also internal. A growth-oriented partner works on emotional intelligence, heals their wounds, and learns from mistakes. They are not afraid of facing flaws because they know progress is possible. Together, you create an environment of encouragement and accountability where both push each other to new heights. Without growth, love becomes stale. With growth, love evolves into something richer with each season of life. The right partner is not someone who promises comfort forever, but someone who commits to growth forever, so that both of you expand individually and together, building a relationship that thrives rather than merely survives. Emotional safety and support are at the heart of every lasting relationship. No matter how attractive someone is, how ambitious they may be, or how strong the initial chemistry feels, if you do not feel safe with them emotionally, the relationship will eventually feel like a prison instead of a partnership. Emotional safety means having the freedom to express your true self without fear of being judged, mocked, dismissed, or attacked. It is the sense that you can bring your weaknesses, your insecurities, your failures, and your dreams into the open and still be accepted with love. A partner who provides this kind of environment becomes more than just a lover. They become a refuge. In their presence, you can let down your guard, you can breathe, and you can find the strength to face the outside world because you know you are supported from within. When emotional safety is absent, everything feels fragile. You find yourself walking on eggshells, careful not to say the wrong thing or reveal too much of your true feelings. Instead of relaxing into the relationship, you feel constantly on edge, worried that your vulnerability might be used against you or that your honesty might trigger criticism. Over time, this erodes intimacy. The bond weakens, and you start to hide parts of yourself, not because you want to, but because it feels dangerous to be authentic. This kind of relationship may survive for a while on surface-level attraction or convenience, but it cannot thrive because love without safety is never secure. A supportive partner not only provides safety, but actively contributes to your growth. They celebrate your wins as if they were their own, and they stand firmly beside you in your struggles. They don't diminish your dreams, but they encourage them, sometimes even reminding you of your potential when you forget it yourself. This kind of support creates a powerful dynamic where both partners lift each other higher. It is not about rescuing or fixing one another. It is about believing in each other and providing the strength to keep going even when life feels overwhelming. Support can be emotional, like offering reassurance during moments of doubt, or practical, like stepping in to share responsibilities during stressful times. But its essence is always the same. It communicates the message, "You are not alone, I am with you." That assurance can make all the difference, because it allows you to take risks in life, to chase dreams, and to face challenges knowing that no matter what happens, you have someone in your corner. Emotional safety and support also create space for vulnerability, and vulnerability is what deepens intimacy. When you can share your fears, your pain, and even your flaws without fear of rejection, the relationship grows deeper and stronger. That level of openness builds trust in a way nothing else can. It turns love into a partnership where both people are free to be real, and in that authenticity, true connection thrives. Choosing a partner who provides emotional safety and support is not about finding someone who never gets upset or never makes mistakes. It's about choosing someone who listens, who values your emotions, and who makes you feel stronger rather than smaller. It's about choosing someone who doesn't just show up when it's easy, but stands with you when it's hard. The right partner doesn't compete with you, criticize you, or make you feel less. They empower you, protect your vulnerability, and remind you of your worth every day. Over time, this combination of safety and support transforms a relationship into a true team. Life will always have its storms, but when you know that you are not facing them alone, your courage multiplies. You begin to take on challenges with confidence, knowing that even if you stumble, there is someone to hold you, encourage you, and walk with you until you rise again. That is the kind of partnership that doesn't just survive the tests of time, but becomes stronger through them. Emotional safety and support are not luxuries. They are necessities. Without them, love is fragile. With them, love becomes unbreakable, a bond where two people can fully be themselves while becoming their best selves together. A shared vision of the future is one of the most important elements in building a relationship that lasts. Love may bring two people together, but it is a common vision that keeps them walking in the same direction. When two people do not share the same destination, even the strongest feelings eventually face tension. One may dream of traveling the world while the other dreams of settling down early. One may want a large family while the other wants none. One may be driven by building wealth while the other is content with simplicity. These differences are not about right or wrong, but if left unaligned, they slowly tear the relationship apart. A shared vision acts like a map. It guides decisions, resolves conflicts, and provides clarity during uncertain times. Without it, a relationship becomes directionless, drifting wherever circumstances push it. Having a shared vision does not mean having identical goals in every detail. It means both partners agree on the bigger picture, the purpose and meaning of their life together. It is about alignment in values, priorities, and long-term outcomes. For example, both may agree that family is important, but one wants children sooner while the other wants to wait. With a shared vision, this becomes a discussion, not a deal breaker, because both ultimately see family as part of their future. Or perhaps both value adventure and growth, so even if careers or hobbies differ, they find harmony in building a lifestyle that embraces exploration. The point is not to match perfectly, but to move in the same direction. When couples have a shared vision, decisions become easier. Choices about money, career changes, or where to live are not constant battles, because both people are measuring those decisions against the same horizon. A shared vision also prevents unnecessary conflicts. Instead of arguing about day-to-day differences, partners remind each other of their common destination. They know what they are working toward, so they are less likely to get stuck in petty battles. This creates a sense of unity and teamwork, where both are not just living together but intentionally building a future together. A powerful vision also fuels resilience. Life will always bring challenges, financial struggles, health issues, family problems, or unexpected setbacks. Couples without a shared vision often collapse under pressure because stress highlights their lack of unity. But couples with a clear vision endure because they know the storm is temporary and their destination remains the same. They see obstacles as detours, not dead ends, because their commitment to the future keeps them motivated. This resilience is one of the strongest markers of lasting love. Creating a shared vision requires open and honest conversations. Too often, couples avoid discussing the future early on out of fear of scaring each other away. But clarity is kindness. If one person wants marriage and the other never does, it is better to know sooner than later. If one wants children and the other does not, that difference should not be ignored. Talking about dreams, lifestyle preferences, values, and long-term goals may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is the foundation of a future without regret. The right partner will not shy away from these conversations. They will welcome them because they understand the importance of alignment. A shared vision also brings deeper intimacy. When two people imagine their future together, they are not just talking about goals. They are weaving their lives into a single story. They are saying, I don't just want to be with you now. I want to build something lasting with you. This sense of purpose strengthens love, making it more than just a feeling but a mission. Every step, every sacrifice, every milestone becomes meaningful because it contributes to the shared dream. The truth is, without vision, relationships fade. Passion alone cannot carry two people through decades of life's challenges. But with vision, love is given direction, strength, and meaning. The right partner is not only someone who loves you in the present, but someone who is willing to dream with you, plan with you, and build with you. When you share a vision of the future, you are not just walking side by side. You are walking hand in hand toward the same horizon, creating a life of unity, purpose, and legacy that will last long beyond the moment.